We need you. So, okay, I started recording.
Okay. I got 28 minutes. Let's go. Because I have another call right after this.
Go. So, Joel, you want me to ask you some questions?
This is your call. I want you, and look, you, especially because you're in the group, you know the program and how it's worked and all the amazing results because you're looking good, girl.
Thank you.
So I want you to ask whatever you want that your team needs from me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm here for you.
Okay. Well, I think first, why don't you tell us what makes LIIFT different than any other program that we have in our Beachbody arsenal?
Well, I mean, I'm in it, right? No, I'm kidding. That's like the most pretentious thing ever, and I really take it back. So look, there's a couple things here. Just a quick little background for those of you that most people don't know this. So I've been in the fitness industry, health and fitness industry, since I was 19. So I'm going on carry the 15 plus years, and I've been doing this for a while. And like in every single position, and I've worked for the Washington State Department of Health. I've been on the home fitness, obviously. I've worked in gyms. I've done everything. What I noticed and what I've noticed and what has been bugging me is the fact that we're still having the same conversations 15 years later. Like 80% of the population don't work out and everybody's obese and this and this. Like it's the same stuff. And like you guys are probably, as coaches, you probably hear the exact same stuff that I do. Like, I don't have time to work out. I don't do this. I don't like to do that. Like they're like all the same excuses, all the same reasons. So when I had the opportunity to start working on this project, I really wanted to come about this a different way. And I went at it kind of backwards, as opposed to just saying, okay, I like to lift and I like to hit and that's how I work out. I like, what really do people need and what are people looking for and what do people want? And it comes down to the simple fact that people, in my opinion, y'all can shake your head or tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I truly feel that people want to be healthy, fitter, feel better about themselves, and still have tacos on Tuesday. Am I right? Yeah, everybody's like tacos. I saw everybody kind of perk up on that one. Pizza, burgers, like wine, like there's these things that everybody, you still want this. Like you want to look at the cake and eat it too, right? Like is seriously, that's life. That's realistic. That's realism. So I wanted to create something that was real. I also wanted to create something that was sustainable. And so that's where the 4 days a week came in. That's where the 30 to 40 minute workouts come in. And so everybody that talks about like, I can't work out, I don't have time. And I've talked to with a lot of the coaches calls I've already done, like, nurses, 3 12-hour shifts in a row. Like, oh my God, that's insane. And so like, let's give them something, right? Let's give firefighters, let's give everybody who works crazy hours, moms, parents, y'all have, like, I have 2 cats. We got all the time in the world. We just leave them here and go do stuff. Like, kids suck the life force out of you. You got to get your own time to work out. I mean that in the bad way, but they look like they do. So you got to give yourself opportunities to do all this stuff. So I wanted to go after all these different barriers. And that's where LIIFT comes in, where this is legitimately, I truly feel, the first program that you mold around your life, that this fits into your lifestyle. So it doesn't have to be, you have to do this and this and this and this and this. It simply means 4 days, move it around how you need to. Calendar says Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. If that doesn't work for you, I don't care. Move it how you move it. Just like, it's that simple. It just really comes down to the fact that we went back to basics. We can talk more about that in a second. Simple, effective, sustainable past the 8 weeks, because there's no starting over. You just keep going because now you're stronger. You just take your newfound strength at the end of the 8 weeks. You can go back. You can start at the beginning if you want. You can take your favorite workouts because they're legitimately 32 original workouts that change every single time you do it. So then you can find your favorites in terms of the sequencing. Like, oh, I love that one where we did this move and this move. You can do that and you're not going to mess anything up. So there's so much opportunity here to go after all of those people that have said no to you in the past because of all these different reasons, like where I have yet to have someone tell me a reason why they can't work out, and this program doesn't answer it. And if they still say they can't, then that usually just means they're not ready for it at that point. They're just not ready to take that step into the health and fitness world.
Yes. So I know, Joel, when we all started the test group, how many times did you have to answer the question, well, are we only allowed to work out 4 days a week? Or like, how is this going to work? I'm used to working out an hour and a half a day and 30 minutes isn't going to be enough. And, all of these objections. So can you speak to, and I heard some of those before we started, can you speak to the 30 minutes being enough and all of that?
Yeah. So look, this is a huge, like, I get it. This is a huge mental shift for anybody who's been doing, like, look, you're coming out of a program where you're working out, 6 days a week for an hour to over an hour. So I get it. And that's also because that's the way we've been trending too. Like, where programs are saying you have to do this and this and this, and it's like so much. And look, not taking away from any program. Look, Core to Force, you're doing something every single day for 30 days, but it's a shredding program. There's a specific goal at the end of it, which is you're going to be as shredded as possible in 30 days. That you got to work out every single day. And, with anything else, like every single program has a specific, end goal. My end goal with LIIFT is to just keep going at that point, because you're finding a realistic schedule. You're going to see amazing results based on the workouts and the formatting and have everything else that goes into it. So I get that it's a mental shift, but in terms of the 4 days on and the 3-day rest days, look, the 3-day rest days, let's talk about rest days for a second. Rest days just simply mean you're not going to lift and you're not going to do HIIT, high intensity interval training. That's it. You can do whatever else you want. It doesn't mean that you, on a rest day, you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs, waiting for the next workout to come the next day. It just simply means you're not going to lift, you're not going to HIIT. That's giving your muscles time to recover. But whatever else you like to do, do it. Please, Lord, go do it. Like if you said, I haven't had time to ride my bike, get your butt on the bike. Just maybe not after leg day. But like, do these things. And that's the whole point, because when people start giving things up that they love because of something else, that something else isn't as cool anymore. And that's why so many people quit a fitness program, because they're having to give up things that they love to do, whether it's food, like a particular cheat, which we talk about the cheat day in just a second. But in terms, just think about your life activities, like where oh my God, I was so busy, I haven't had a chance to get on my bike. I really love to do that because of this workout program. And I don't want to do that. Like I want to live my life. And that's what it has to be. Like this is simply the fact that the fitness program, LIIFT is it's supposed to enhance your life. It's not supposed to make you it's not supposed to make you come to a decision like I either do LIIFT or I have to go ride my bike with my family. You're going to pick your family. You better pick your family every single time. LIIFT is just going to make it better, because you can do LIIFT and then on the rest day you can go ride your bike with your family. So, and I think Courtney, you've been doing this now for 7 weeks, going into 8 weeks. You've seen that, and the team has seen that. And you guys right now, you're just taking my word for it. But I promise you, like within the first week, you're going to be like, oh, okay, now I get it. And it's just a mental shift right now, and you're just going off of what you've seen and heard. But the minute you experience it, it's going to be pretty awesome, I think.
Trust the process. That's what I keep saying.
Yeah.
So let's talk cheat day, because I've had some people say, well, I saw in the meal plan that Sundays are like eat whatever you want day. And you did a really good job of explaining that to us.
Yeah.
How to mentally go into.
It's amazing how people take 2 words, cheat day, and say, I can do whatever I want, like the entire day. Look, I know it says day. So yeah, the creative liberties are really impressive. Look, you don't have to take a cheat. A cheat day is not meant to say, look, from breakfast to dinner, stuff your face with everything possible. The point is, especially if we're staying, let's just say let's just follow the LIIFT calendar, for instance. So like right now, the cheat day is set for Sundays. So if you want, it's just giving you something to look forward to. Let me just say it that way. It's giving you something to look forward to. So there's specific something that you love, pizza, tacos, whatever that is. Have it. Like, it's okay. Like one meal, this is just my opinion, one meal is not going to derail you. I just don't believe that. And if it does, we need to talk about some other issues that you probably have. But like for the vast majority, like 98% of the population, one meal, something to look forward to with your family, with your friends, that keeps you going, because you're getting results. You're still getting to do some of the things that you love. I mean, that's a win-win, right? Like that goes back to the very beginning. People want to be in shape, but they also want to be able to have tacos on Tuesday. And so, if you have been working out for a while and you feel good about, your decisions, and you can say, okay, it doesn't have to be on Sunday. It can be on a Wednesday night when you go out with your friends and you have that glass of wine, with whatever you want. Like it's just the point. It's giving you a little bit of freedom and a little bit of another way in my book to just simply relax, enjoy your life. And then it just makes you even more excited to come back the next day, because you have actually a little bit more energy from the extra calories, and just do the workout again. You're like, wow, okay, that was fun. Okay, here we go, right back to it. Like that is just really, loosening the rein a little bit just to have some fun, enjoy yourself, because then you feel like you're not giving anything up, and that's huge. Like I'm like a 5-year-old. Like if you tell me I can't have something, now I want it. So I feel like most people are like that, adults especially. Yes. Adults are worse than kids when it comes to that. Come on.
I agree. So containers don't come with this program.
Right.
So can you speak to kind of the macros and how we can coach our clients through the meal plan without, some of them may not have the containers, some may.
Well, yeah. So look, the containers, the program is container friendly, which means that, there is a page in the LIIFT nutrition plan that has the container color breakdown. Like, I don't even know what like, Courtney, that I have no clue what the colors mean. Cause I don't do them. So, like they're too little. It makes me feel like I'm like starving. And they flip over in the dishwasher. That really pissed me off one time. But, so they're container friendly, but the program is not based around the containers, which is why the containers don't come in the challenge packs. In the LIIFT nutrition plan though, that you look at, there's multiple pages, not just one, there's multiple pages talking about or listing out proteins, fats, carbs, all these different things. So it gives you the measurements, like a half cup of this equals this and a half teaspoon of this. And what that's based around for the entire LIIFT nutrition plan is basic calories. So using calorie brackets based on your weight, there's a simple calculation that you do. It takes 5 seconds on your phone and you got the calculation. And then that's a starting point. The calories are based on, I call them balanced macros, but it's balanced for this program, which is 30% protein, 40% carbs, and 30% healthy fats. The protein especially is super important in this because for muscle building, that's your building block. The carbs you're going to need the energy for the hit. If you guys did the free preview, you should know that. So that's already built in. So you don't have to worry about that too much. And that's just basic. That's honestly just basic, sustainable, healthy eating. And that's why, again, the program is designed that way, and so is the nutrition plans. Like, this is just sustainable, guys. You don't so when this program is over, it doesn't matter if you don't ever do this program again, which I don't think that's going to happen. I think everybody's going to love it. But you just keep going. Like, if you're just doing your day-to-day stuff, if you follow a 30-40-30 macro, you're pretty set on this. You're just going to adjust the calories based on whatever you're doing. So it's very, very basic, very simple to follow. I know there's been a lot of questions about 2B mindset because that's new, and that's a great program. I love what Ileana has done with it. I think it's simple, which I love. But you need to start with the LIIFT nutrition plan in terms of making sure your calories are on point and you're getting your macros that you need. But with that said, you can definitely pull some of the principles into it of like, what does 150 calories look like? I love those side-by-side comparisons and stuff like that. So you can pull some of the principles in to help you figure out what foods to eat. But always go back to the LIIFT nutrition plan and reference it. And the test group, and Courtney, you were a part of this too. Like, I guarantee you, like 90% of everybody, when you guys start this program, you're going to put yourself in a bracket that's way too low. And I will put money on it right now that most of you will go up 1, if not 2 brackets. And you know what? Your body needs it. Everyone's just so used to saying in this mental mindset of, oh, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to put myself in the lower calorie bracket. Your body will not perform. You have to. Your body's like a car. If you want your car to go somewhere, you have to give it the fuel. And if you give it the right fuel, it's going to really perform. So it'll be fun. I can't wait to start July 16th because I can't wait. Everybody like, I'm starving. What do I do? Eat food. Simple answers. I like the answers simple.
Yeah, and in the beginning, I will say that I was kind of feeling like macros, containers, because I went through the meal plan. And
yeah.
I remember I posted the one day that I took everything that I ate and I put it into a macros tracking app and made sure that my ratios were perfect. And then I took everything I ate and I put it into the containers, and it was exact. So exactly where I was using the container measurements was exactly where I should be macros wise with those percentages. So
yeah, and look, the containers are great. I mean, for people who really need help on portions, and that's like, they're phenomenal. So like if you have someone that has trouble overeating and stuff like that, please put them on the containers. Like, they're like, no one is saying those things don't work. This is personal preference again, and what I'm talking is long-term sustainable. Not just 8 weeks, but like hopefully people will keep going. But so if they need to start with the containers, start them on the damn things. Like, whatever works, seriously. But yeah, because the containers are pretty macroed out anyway. Like 30, I'm telling you, 30, 40, 30, we don't talk about it much, but like almost every program ever done is based on that. Almost every program. They might jack the carbs up and here and there, but that because that's just, I mean, if there's any nutritionists on here, you can back me up. That's just healthy eating, guys. Like that's just how your body will function at its best, is based on that. So it's nothing new. It's not rocket science. This is like, it's just eating.
I know, I think that's the thing. We all try to overcomplicate it. And you've just been such a steady presence of, you guys, like, calm down.
Relax, relax. Seriously.
Right. So as coaches, like, how do we play a role in really helping our clients, get results with this? And most people will be doing it the first time with their clients. So any tips on that? Yeah,
I think this is a great time. I think it's a great opportunity for coaches. I mean, like one, let's look at it from the business side for a second, right? I mean, I've been in the fitness business for a long time. From the business side, this is the first program, the first time we've ever done this VIP early access thing. I know there was a lot of confusion at the end. I know there's been a lot of confusion, at the beginning we're going through this and like the dates have changed, but look, we're in it now. Everything's on sale. Like basically between now and July 16th, your job is to go out there and tell the world about LIIFT4. Go forth, my children, and go talk about LIIFT4. But my job is to give you as much as I can to push people into this program, right? Or to give you as much as you can to where you fully understand, where you can sit and talk to people like I'm doing right now without any notes or anything like that, and just talk to people about this. Like that's my goal, is to get everything out of my head. Not everything, because you'll be scared, but the LIIFT4 stuff out of my head into yours. And so but the VIP early access thing, like that's such an amazing tool. One, because it's like, think of it like Star Wars is coming out. It's like a pre-screening, right? In the theater. Like this is an opportunity to really get people into seeing something that's cool, that's awesome. We'll put it on the same level as Star Wars. Why not? That's, it's going to be, everyone's going to love. And if they don't want to, that's fine. Like it'll be on cable October 1st, right? Like, so if someone really is bitching about that, then move past them, go after everyone else, because that's who we're going for, the people who are actually interested. With that VIP early access, you have a great opportunity to pull people. And I think with the program, the 4 days a week, the three off, the results, the simplicity of this, the realism and the simplicity is going to help you keep people in your challenge groups. And that's one of the biggest questions I get from coaches all the time, or like when I do business calls, of saying, how do I get people into my challenge groups and how do I keep them there? Like, y'all have the same issues that everyone, like gyms do. You can't keep people in your challenge groups, right? Or keep the participation up. It just happens. And it's also human nature to kind of get a little bit bored with this. So your guys as a coach, it's going to be amazing, because now you have a great program that's realistic and sustainable and doable for most people. And then because it is only 4 days a week, you've got all this other opportunity. I mean, we're talking 2 to 2.5 hours total a week that they're going to be with me. And then that leaves 166 hours the rest of the week for you guys to help guide them and help them understand what, keep them on the track with their nutrition and help them understand what a health, with like a real cheat day looks like, and not going off the rail. Like those are all the things that your guys' job. That's why you're called a coach. You're not called a sales rep. You're called a coach. So I think it's a really exciting time because you have this great opportunity to do it. Get the VIP early access, and then if someone's on the fence about becoming a coach, July 16th you guys get to be in the coach group with the test group with me. That's a huge thing. It legitimately is with me. Like I'm going to be sitting in this chair. I got to get like a cushion or something because my butt is wearing through the pad. I've been sitting so long already. Answering questions all day. Like I'm going to post in that group every single morning. So, and that's where you keep it nice and clean. So I'm OCD. So you're going to be able to post in the comments under every one of my posts every single day, all your comments, questions, concerns. I'll be there. The Beachbody fitness and nutrition team will be there. So basically you have 8 weeks of my undivided attention, which is really hard to get. So just because I have like squirrel moments. So this is a big deal. And just to learn everything you can. And then you finish that, you get right, and then we're right going into October where we have the all access launch. So basically we'll launch this program twice, which is pretty freaking amazing. I'm excited about that.
Yes, and I will say he does respond to every. No, I mean that group will be a little bit bigger, but he has been there to help us.
Carpal tunnel in my thumb because I'm on the phone all the time.
Okay, Joel. So who is this program for?
Everybody. Next question.
Brand, like people that have never worked out. What about people that are pregnant? I've heard that question a few times.
Yeah, I did too. So look, I know, some of the LIIFT4 collateral, like the printed materials, say that this is an intermediate to advanced program. That's that. I don't think so. I think this is a everybody program. And I went after, and I'll tell you why, because one, personally, I didn't ever have any plans on making a program, for only this this group of people. I wanted to make something that was, attainable by everybody. But I get why it says intermediate advanced, because, if you guys see the free preview, like the pacing is rather intense. So that's why they say that. But with that said, I still think this is for everybody, because we have a modifier if you ever need it. And look, when it comes to weights, it's you against you. You're starting with your own weights. It doesn't matter if it's 5 pounds. It doesn't matter if it's seriously just your body weight. It's wherever you are on your own particular fitness journey. So it is for everybody. There's options. There's modifications if you need it. There's the bandifier option. So if you don't even have dumbbells, you can use resistance bands. That's a great tool. That's going to be a split screen option on the program. So instead of a split screen modifier option, because there's not that many modifications that necessary, because you're modifying weights is what your modification is for most of the program. But we'll have a split screen bandifier. So that's a really cool feature. And it's just it really is for everybody. Now, in terms of pregnancy injuries, same thing. The same overarching message is you always need to get cleared first by your doc. Once that happens, then absolutely. There's actually been some great videos of some people, some pregnancies already doing this, and they're killing it. Because you don't want to stop working out ever, unless there's particular reasons. Like, unless you're having the baby, take a break. But you still need to do something. You still want to be active, unless you have to be on bed rest or something like that. Unless there's obviously something that happens. But most doctors will say continue to move, continue to be active. That's good for you. By the way, ladies, y'all are phenomenal, because I stub my toe and I cry. So you guys go through this stuff, and I bow down to you. But it just is and then as your trimesters progress, obviously you won't be able to lay flat on your back. So make sure you're inclining. Just know what your options are and your modifications are as you go through that. But yeah, it's for everybody. I think I said that.
All right, good. Okay, so we have lots of different package options out there, and we have the performance line. So maybe you can speak to the performance line a little bit and the importance of that, and then which package, do you truly recommend is best, for our clients?
So there's 20. Just in the U.S., I think it's 20 different packages. So it's oh my god. Look, one, it should come down to you should know your audience, right? You should, as a coach, this is what I believe. You should know who you're talking to. So if you're talking to someone who travels a lot and doesn't have a lot of time and blah, 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 you should know what package to offer, in terms that has the resistance bands that, may not be a bunch of stuff, or they already have Shakeology. Then, just know your audience who you're talking to. With that said, look, the one thing you do in this program every single day is drink your Shakeology. So we know that. But my non-negotiable, Carl likes to use that word, I'm going to use it. My non-negotiable for this program is Beachbody Performance Recover. You got to have it, man. Protein, I know I said this earlier, protein is the building block for muscle. You have to give your body what it needs to recover. That's where the results come from as well. It's not just the fact of what we're doing during the workout. During the workout, we're breaking your body apart. We're literally, I know it sounds scary, microscopic tears are happening in your muscles while we work out. That's what's happening. And what that does is that tells your muscle they need to regrow stronger. So that's why results happen in the recovery. That's what that term came from, because you're giving your body time to recover. So then you are able to, in the recover, within 30 minutes of your workout, you give them the protein, has raspberry extract, and I believe, cranberry, I forget. I've said it so many times, I got it backwards now. But you have pomegranate extract and raspberry ketones, which help reduce muscle soreness, which that's going to be nice, because you guys are going to be a little sore. So, that's very, very important in my book. Recharge is just as important too, because that has the casein protein, which is a slow release protein that that you should have while you're sleeping, because that's when your body recovers at its most. It's a long period of time while you're sleeping. So giving it the casein protein is very important. So it's all great. It just it comes down to your particular needs. So in terms of challenge packs, whatever has a recover, I think it's a must, 100%.
Okay, and really quick, what about our plant-based, dairy-free that can't have recover? What do you recommend?
So vegan, dairy-free, all that stuff. We had a good thing with Dr. Luigi a while back, and what he suggested is actually doing Shakeology vegan post-workout, because there's a high enough level of protein in there to give you what you need for that. So Shakeology vegan, for those of you guys that are dairy-free and vegan and all that good stuff. And yes, there is a vegan nutrition plan, by the way, just so you know. So that's exciting. I lost it.
We lost Courtney. I'm going to take over for her.
Okay. Hi, Liz.
Hi. Hold on. There's another question down there. She said, thank you. I do have my vegan Shakeology after workouts. Okay, so then my question for that, if I can piggyback on that, because
I have 2 minutes.
Dairy either. What should I eat? What should we eat? Okay, here, she's back. Before the workout. Because you said Shakeology before.
Well, Shakeology every day.
Okay, yes.
Shakeology is every day. So yeah, there have been some questions like, look, I know you guys are coming off of, time nutrition and things like that. And do you have to eat before your workout? Look, personally, again, 100% my opinion, eat when you're hungry. Like your body, we've gone so far on this side. We've beaten up nutrition and stuff like that. You guys, again, 100% my opinion. Calories are calories. Calories in, calories out. Your body, again, my opinion, doesn't necessarily always going to know, you're training your body, of course, with time nutrition. There's nothing wrong with it. It's great because of what you're particularly trying to do. But if you're just, again, general fitness guidelines, if me personally right now, I am on I do about 2,600 calories a day. That's my bracket. That's what I stay in because I'm active. I wake up, I'm hungry, I eat, and then I do my workouts and I do this. Like if I have to wake up and I need to do my workout first thing in the morning, then I'm probably just gonna have a cup of coffee and go do my workout. Like it just depends on when you work out. I don't base my workouts around my food. I don't base my food around my workouts. It's like in this time frame from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna eat these calories. That's it. Like it truly believe. I know it sounds super simple. I might be oversimplifying it, but you guys, we're talking about 80% of the population that aren't doing nothing. Double negative. They're not doing anything right now. So we got to keep it simple. That's what's going to keep them in this, and it's going to help them sustain results. So oversimplification, I get it, but I promise you it works.
Well, Joe, we are at 6 o'clock on the dot, and I do not want to keep you a minute longer. So unless you have any closing words for us.
The only thing I have to say is 2 things. One, thank you guys, seriously, because my job wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you. And with that, like everything I'm doing is I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm trying to educate you guys so you can go sell it. That's your job, right? And so I want to do everything I can to help your business, with the VIP early access, with everything. So, get in the test group, push all of your coaches into the test group on the 16th. I'm going to do everything I can in 8 weeks. We'll even do business training if you guys want. Like I'll do whatever you want, within reason to go through this. And then obviously I'm posting, nonstop on my pages, Joel Freeman Fitness on Instagram, Facebook, follow them, repost them, steal them, use them. It's there for you. So just do all that. And then hopefully I'll see you guys at Summit in a week. Oh my God, it's next week. That's crazy. And let's just make, seriously, the hashtag we're using, LIIFT4Life. Like, you guys, it's so easy. It's legit. It's supposed to be fun. Let's have some fun. Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, it's fun. Thank you, Joel, for creating something so amazing. You guys, I'll stay on to answer more questions. We'll let Joel go. Oh, you guys, my computer died. That was a little bit of a panicked moment. I'm so glad you were all here when I came back, because I don't think I've ever run that fast in my entire life to my office. I didn't even get a warning. It was just like black screen.
Just gone.
Okay, and it was still recording when I came back on. So hopefully we're good. My daughter was like, what happened? I was like, okay, you guys, so ask me questions. Fire away if you have more. I should have started recording earlier when we were talking.
How much, Courtney and I talk every day, but I still want to ask this question. Have you really been exercising any extra, or have you just been doing the 40?
Yeah, so me personally, I only worked out the 4 days a week. Last Wednesday, I did do country heat. I just had saw a story, a memory, and I was like, oh, that was really fun. I want to do that. So last Wednesday I did giddy up or something. But other than that, I have done nothing. I will tell you there are other test groupers who, some of them they've done things that they stopped doing because they didn't have the time before. So they're paddleboarding or, doing yoga, or this one girl does this beatbox dancing. Like, I don't know what, it's some dance thing. I don't know what it is, but they're like doing things that they love. So in the beginning, it kind of like, I was like, I don't even know what I do, because for so long, this is all I know I've been doing. And I kind of wanted to see, I just wanted to do the 4 days a week and see what my results were, not going back to that mindset that I wasn't doing enough. And it definitely works. But, you know, you might get, I say, give it one round of only doing, you know, the program and watch, because you guys, it's really freeing to realize, especially like I loved 80-day obsession. I loved it, but that's a huge commitment. And what I have seen from a lot of my clients that were like dedicated and got it done, and these are people long-term that have been with me, they really have kind of fallen off since they finished. They got so burnt out from that. You know, these were women that were moms and working and not working, and they were committing and not missing workouts because they felt so guilty if they did. You don't have that guilt now. So we work out with this program Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And like last Friday, and I've stuck with that schedule, except for when we were on our cruise, because a week of this, I was on a vacation, which I worked out all 4 days, modified a little bit, but I've stuck with that schedule. And on Friday, it had gotten to be like 3:30, and I was like, gosh, I need to work out. Oh, you know, I don't want to. And then I literally had this moment, and I was like, no, wait, I don't have to work out. I can work out tomorrow, and that's okay, because I'm not going to be behind. Now, will I say I didn't have 2 rest days and have Saturday, Sunday off, and I might be walking with a little bit of a limp from that leg day I did on Saturday, but like, it's okay. It's okay. And that, like, it's such a weight lifted. Okay, I see a question in the chat. Does anyone know if Recover's gluten-free? I don't believe so. I think the only things that are certified gluten-free are Daily Sunshine, if I'm correct. So it might be gluten-free, but it's not certified gluten-free, meaning it's probably processed in a facility that processes things with gluten.
I'm gluten-free, and I've never had any issues with it, but it is, yeah, it doesn't say, I'm looking at it right now, it doesn't say it's certified.
Yeah, I know it's not certified for sure, but
Yeah.
just kind of depends. You guys, you know your own body, so you know what you can tolerate and not tolerate. Other questions? So you guys get your husbands or your significant others to do this program. Like, my husband's always been like, he loves P90X3. He loves, gosh, what was the other one he always does? Oh, chisel, or hammer, from Hammer and Chisel. He'll do the hammer only program. But he has never gotten results like these results. And he's been he's always kind of a 4-day-a-week worker-outer. But he doesn't really like cardio. And so putting this cardio was doable for him. And he's committed to it. And he's about a week behind me now, probably a little bit even more, because he was out of town last week. But it's been crazy. He definitely has gotten the best results of his life with this program. Have I seen another question? Hold on.
Are you going to do another round?
Oh,
right away,
guys! I was talking to Brittany Adamson, my corporate mentor. I was meeting her the other day, and she was like, I'm going to do this through the end of the year. I was like, yeah, me too. I don't know that there's anything else coming out between now and then. And seriously, you guys, I don't know how I could go back to working out. Like, sitting here now, being almost done with the program, and no offense to Autumn, but I would never go back and do 80-day obsession again. Like, ever. Knowing that I could do this only and get these results, like, it's just, why would I commit to hour-long workouts when I don't have to, you know? So I don't know. I think this is kind of like the trend, and, you know, who knows what'll happen going forward. But okay, question from Jody Howells. I do CrossFit 2 nights a week with my daughter. Is it going to conflict with this? You know, I know CrossFit workouts are pretty intense. I would probably plan I don't know, what, I wouldn't double up. I would not do a LIIFT 4 workout and then go do CrossFit. And then I think CrossFit's pretty much of a total body workout every time. But like I said, today's workout for us on Mondays is chest and back. And so there was no cardio aspect of it. You know, I could do another workout today. Like I have the energy to be able to do that. But I know my chest tomorrow is going to be so sore and my back that I wouldn't want to do any more lifting in my arms. Like Joel said, we're breaking the muscles down so much. You know, I think you'd be at risk of injury if you're doing too much. But you know your body, you know what you're capable of. And I would say also, it kind of depends on where you're at coming into this too. You know, if you're a person that's doing crazy intense workouts all the time, you know, you could be okay if you set your schedule up right. And I gotta tell you, I personally think, you know, I've been a coach for almost 4 years. One of the hardest intense-wise programs is Insanity Max 30. It's 30 minutes, 5 days a week. It's intense, right? This is not that bad. I mean, there's a few workouts that you're like, because with that was like hard hit cardio for 30 minutes where you're using your body weight. This, it moves really fast. If you have those Bowflex weights that you have to adjust, like I do, I have to pause it sometimes. I just can't get my weights changed quick enough and in position. And plus those things are so darn big to work with. So I have my Roku remote in my hand, just like ready to pause. But you're like, if you did the Fitmercial, you see like you're doing those 10 reps and you have like a 15-second break and you're on to the next workout. So it gets your heart rate, you know, your heart rate's going like this, but everything's so short and quick. You know, you remember an 80-day obsession when you had those 15 reps and those last like 4 reps felt like you were like dying, you know? This just flies by, even with the cardio. You know, you have your 60-second, then you do like a 45-second and 30-second block. And so it just, like you're done, you're like, holy cow, it's over, you know? Any other questions?
I have another question. So somebody just starting out with you, totally new client. For me, when I came in, 21 Day Fix was like that starter program.
Yes.
And for the longest time, that's what I've always started people on. So would you say this could be a new starter program, like equivalent to that? Or are you going to start people on this, I guess is my question.
You know, it's a really good question. And I was thinking that the other day because I always start my clients with at least one round of 21 Day Fix. And I think I would base it on them individually. Like if they don't have any weights, you know, in their arsenal, you know,
that's
somebody
expensive.
that's starting out and trying something, even if they, you know, are a beginner, they're still going to need like 3 or 4 sets, even if you're starting with like 5s, 8s, 10s, and 12s. You know, that's expensive to make that investment. So, you know, I always recommended with 21 Day Fix that they had 2 sets of weights, you know, like 5s and 8s to start out. So I think it would just, I'd take it on a one-on-one, but you could definitely start them with this. What I think is so great about 21 Day Fix for starting them is, you know, if they commit to that 21 days, they're going to get results. And it's such a short time frame that you can get them to commit for. Like anybody can commit to 21 days, but they're also working out 7 days a week. So you can have that conversation with them. Well, we can go this route. We're going to have 7 days a week for 21 days, or we can go this route where we're going to have 8 weeks of 4 workouts. So a total of 32 workouts, and they're going to get results with this program. Like remember with 80 Day, how the first month we got some results, and then the second month was kind of like a bulking phase and people started getting really afraid that maybe it wasn't working. And then the third month you started leaning. You know, over these 8 weeks, like it's crazy to see the transformation. And if you look at the pictures, I mean, there people started having results, you know, 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in. And then these last 2 weeks, which they're called the shred week, nothing really changes other than Joel just kind of says, like, cut the crap completely your last 2 weeks, like really commit to the meal plan. But, you know, it works. So I think when you're starting a new client, you want them to get results. You want it to be something that's attainable. Like, I don't think starting a brand new person with 80 Day Obsession is a good idea. Like, I think that's just setting them up to fail because it's hard. It you know, and so this is definitely could be that beginner workout program for them, or starter workout program, I should say. Because it is intense, but there is the modifier. And you guys, like, I follow the modifier sometimes. He says it over and over. The modifier is not easier. Like, it's still hard. It's still challenging. You're still working those muscles. What else?
I have a tech question, Courtney.
Sure.
So I purchased the deal today, and now on my phone it's not on there, and then on my Amazon Fire Stick it's not on there.
Yes.
So is it only
So,
on demand?
I think from what I've heard is, and I've gotten this question too, that yes, it's going to be similar to that Fitmercial. So you're going to have to do these B4 Lift 4 workouts, logging in on your computer with Beachbody On Demand. Now, that being said, I know people are complaining about that. So, you know, a lot of times Beachbody tries to make us happy. I'm assuming it's just some technical thing that they are having a hard time distinguishing. Because think about with, what was it called? A Little Obsessed. Everybody got that, right? So they could just put it onto BOD. But with this, they would have to somehow have every account like filter. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking it's some technical thing that's just not as easy as we think it is. And that's why they're on, you know, logging in. So you need to log into beachbodyondemand.com for right now.
You can do it on your phone in the web browser as well. So you can do it on your phone. You just can't do it through the BOD.
You just always have to go to beachbodyondemand.com. You can't use the app because that's what you're using with your Roku or Fire Stick or whatever. Okay. Yeah, they don't want you to be able to download on BOD and share. I guess that's what somebody said. So you can just sign in and sign back out. So it's temporary. You know, I know it kind of sucks, and maybe figure out a way that you can get the cord to plug your computer into your TV is an option. Okay. Anything else? Checking. No one else is unmuting themselves. What are we seeing? Hold on, more comments. Oh, heard it'll be available on all platforms on the 15th. Yeah, I feel like they'll fix it. I feel like this is just a different launch that they've ever, you know, this rolling it out this way. And, you know, there's always glitches, but I feel like they make it right. You know, they make it good for all of us.
Hey, Courtney, can I ask a quick question?
Of course.
So just to clarify for me, because I was just looking, so is it just like the 4 20-minute workouts that's early, or will we have the whole program if we buy the challenge pack, like the early access stuff?
So if you buy early access right now, you will get access to the B4 Lift 4 workouts. And I'm not sure I've looked them yet. I know the one today was 20 minutes or something. I heard from someone. Yeah, that's all you'll get until July 16th. And then on July 16th, the whole program is going to show up to the people that buy the VIP.
Okay,
Anybody
that makes sense.
that has Beachbody On Demand, those will be available October 1st. You guys, this is how I am explaining it to my clients, because some of them are like, well, I thought we get everything included. No, we've changed it. Think of it this way, kind of like Joel said. A movie comes out in the theater, and to go see the movie, you have to purchase your ticket and go to the theater. Then it'll be released on demand, or where you can rent it only at first, right? And you pay $12.99 to rent it. Buy it. I'm sorry. You can only buy it at first for $12.99. Then a few weeks later, you can rent it for $5.99, you know, through Amazon Prime or whatever you're using. And then eventually it'll be on Netflix, and then it'll be on HBO. Okay. So that's kind of what this is. If they want to be the first to see that movie, they got to pay the price up front. But if they don't care and they're fine waiting till it's on, you know, on cable, then they can wait till October 1st. So it makes sense that way, you know, and it's good for us as coaches. So, and people are willing to pay, right? What do these movies sell? Millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. So people want to see it first. They want to be the first ones to get their hands on it. And I think that the more you share about it, you know, and share the transformations and talk about your experience with it. And the last question I wanted to ask Joel, I had it written down, but we ran out of time, was I wanted to say, like, what are like 3 talking points would be your 3 top talking points that you would say about this program? And obviously we didn't get to ask him, but I think that you have to figure out like what's going to connect people to this is going to make them want to do it with you. And so when I think about me, time commitment, like guys, who can't commit to a total of 2 hours a week? Any of the 7 days, 30 minutes 4 times. Like if you can't find 30 minutes for yourself to work out, and some of the workouts aren't even 30, some are 26, 25 minutes. You know what I mean? Like then, like Joel said, they're not ready. So I think if you keep in your stories, in your posts, talk about how, I would say doable, attainable this is to have this lifestyle where you're still achieving results. Number 2, I would talk about the freedom of the food. Now, you can't, I think portion sizes are important. And when I'll either use the containers. I have 4 years of the containers, so I kind of know my portion sizes now. But I will, if I'm not doing that, I use a tracker app, a macros tracker app, because I'm just really curious. What am I eating? Am I falling into those macros? And that's been really interesting to watch. But I've enjoyed, we were on a cruise, for goodness sake, for 7 days. And let me just say, I enjoyed myself for those 7 days. And I still, progressed through that time. So speaking on that we don't have to be in this mindset that you can't have that piece of cake. You can't have that glass of wine to wind down at the end of the night and watch The Bachelorette, or whatever. Those are the things that people are going to connect with that's going to make them reach out and want to do this with you. And then, of course, the results. That's huge. So share away. And all of those pictures have been shared by the test group, are free for you guys to use. And keep your eye out for new updated pictures because we're all finishing on Friday. So we'll probably be taking our pictures on Saturday and then having our final 8-week transformation. But then I know all of us in the test group are going right back into starting again. Like you said, you don't start over, but I'm going to just follow the plan again all the way through. So by the time it fully launches in July, we'll be another, we'll be another 4 weeks into the second round of the program. So even more results to share. Okay, I see lots of questions popping up. Speak if you guys have questions.
I have another question. So what about sharing this, doing this with the curiosity marketing, and then, the hashtag LIIFT4Life, all the trainers,
yes.
They all want us to use their hashtags. So I'm just like.
That's such a good question, Robin. And Liz and I were having this question they want
us to tag them. They want to be in it.
Yes. I haven't hashtagged it at all in any of my posts. I don't know. I don't do that. I think a lot of times people don't know I'm a Beachbody coach. I did some stories, IG stories right before we got on where I was showing some transformation pictures and an invite to join me. And I've gotten a few messages going, well, what is the program? What is it? And so that's what you want. So you can have the conversations with them. But where I went back and forth is when I was creating my Linktree link, I started looking at a lot of coaches and they just flat out said, LIIFT4, info on LIIFT4. And I went back to that and I started thinking, well, here, Shalene says, curiosity marketing, don't be posting your shaker cup. Don't be posting the program name. I think it can go both ways. If you are very open that people know you are a Beachbody coach, then they're going to know that you're doing the next program. You know what I mean? And it's probably okay to do that. It's kind of how your business runs, how you choose to do it. I personally would rather just talk about these talking points and what I'm doing and have them be like, well, what is it? I don't want them to Google and find it on their own. I want them to be connected to me so I can help them do it. So that's my personal choice. I can't remember what I decided, Liz. Did we take it out or not? I got to look at it.
No, so I was just going to unmute myself. So I have a strong opinion about it. We used LIIFT4 in our Linktree, but I say no to hashtags. Honestly, like I think it's all coaches using it, and that's not how you're gonna find prospective. Like prospective clients are not searching the Lift for Life hashtag. They're just not, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like that's how you'll end up with a bunch of coach followers. And let's be honest, like I love you all, but you're not my target market right now. So yeah, I never hashtag Beachbody anything ever. So
I have a question kind of piggybacking on that then. Would you say it's okay to mention Lift 4 in like your Instagram story? Because I straight up like blasted it today because I was so excited. And then I was having the internal like, crap, was that bad? Is that good? And I still never landed on an answer.
okay, well, have you gotten questions or responses or anything? I always take, are my things working based on the results I'm getting from people?
Sure.
You know? So are you getting people messaging you being like, what's Lift 4? Or are they just watching your stories and be like, oh, she's doing this thing called Lift 4. Google, what's Lift 4?
Yeah. The jury's still out.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, it's kind of like this whole business is constantly trying new things, testing new things, and seeing what works. And everybody is different. What works for me might not work for you, vice versa. So all of our people that watch our stuff, you know, watch for different reasons. So your clientele might love that you're talking about what you're doing. I think with ADD Obsession, it was a little bit obvious what we were doing because we were doing videos and pictures. I didn't do pictures with the stuff, but videos, if you watch my stories with the slides and the bands, and that was like a dead giveaway, you know, but with this, it's not. It's, you know, and in the first 3 weeks we were in this test group, we weren't allowed to say what we're doing. And I share a lot of workout videos every day. That's like my thing. Well, it used to be 6 days a week. Now it's a lot less. But I was struggling with, I'm only working out 4 days a week. Like people are going to ask, you know, wonder, what is she doing? You know, and people were asking me and I would just kind of say, oh, I'm doing like something from BOD, you know, trying a new workout from BOD. So it's okay to, you know, talk about you're using weights, you know, you're starting a new weight program and all that, and use that curiosity marketing. But that's just personal opinion. Anything else? Nope. Okay, going once, going twice. All right, I'm gonna stop recording. Thank you guys for being on.